tried to lobby them to take up the Violence Against Women Act. Take a listen.
Well, it really brought up some terrible memories for me of having, boys sit in a locker room and sort of bet that I, the egghead, couldn't be had. And then the appointed boy, when he saw that I wasn't going to be so willing, completed a date rape and then took my underwear to display it to the rest of the boys. I mean, this is what Americans are facing.
Joining me now, Congresswoman Gwen Moore. Congresswoman, I watched your entire statement there, so composed yet so clear, and one has to ask, why did you feel it was necessary to talk about something so personal here in one of the most public ways?
I can tell you that, unfortunate for me, this is just one incident in a lifetime of violence that I've experienced. And not only have I experienced a lot of violence in my life, but practically every woman that I know has experienced violence. I also said on the floor that violence was as American as apple pie. And I just wanted to get away from the standard talking points and the Orwellian speak to really bring it home how important it is to keep the Violence Against Women Act bipartisan as it has been, and to bring it up and not let this law expire. Unfortunate for me, I'm 60 years old. I experienced all of the violence in my life before this act was enacted. And this law has, in fact, saved women's lives. It has resulted in better training, better education, better prosecution, and it's supported by advocates, people who keep the shelters doors open, the Fraternal Order of Police, the National Association of District Attorneys, sheriffs, and it is a win-win-win situation. We have seen violence against men and women drop as a result of this law being in place.
Congresswoman, did you feel that you needed to be so personal, as you say, break what was the normal sort of messaging behind this very act that you reauthorized? Did you feel you needed to go there because the acrimony in Washington, D.C. has put the main issue of this act in front of them again? Did they need to be reminded of all the women that are affected by this?
It is, because we are seeing this become partisan when it had never been partisan. There are 3 provisions in the bill that have become acrimonious, and we need to protect women, whether they're in heterosexual relationships or homosexual relationships. We need to protect immigrant women who are particularly vulnerable.
And that's why the Republicans are saying, some Republicans are saying they do not support this because of those additions, correct?
Exactly. And women on tribal lands, I mean, it's just open season on women on tribal lands because the laws cannot be enforced on tribal lands if the crimes are committed on tribal lands by non-tribal people. And once those non-tribal members are outside of the tribe, there's no prosecution there either. So everybody knows that tribal councils need the jurisdiction, needs the authority to enforce violence against women on their lands.
Congresswoman,
and so all women need to be protected, not just a few.
Congresswoman Gwen Moore, thank you so much for sharing your story again with us today.
Thank you.
All righty, we're waiting for the President Obama, who will be speaking from the Rose Garden at the White House. This with subsidies to 5 oil companies worth about $20 billion. We expect them to be